you're in lawn care, as your company grows, you're going to take one of two paths. You're going to expand into landscaping, or you're going to go deeper into lawn care. If you decide to expand in landscaping, the equipment that you need to purchase to run that landscaping company will be the same equipment that you can use to knock down houses like this, to remove garages, to do excavating work. Today we're going to dive deep and teach you how to do a demolition job. And it's not just about knocking the stuff down. That's the easy part. It's the bidding process that can be a little bit confusing. And hopefully by the time we're done today, we're going to clear that up. Now we've got our RFP from the city, and RFP stands for Request for Proposal. And what the city wants us to do is they want us to knock down this little house, but we've got to price it first to see if it meets their needs. Looks like this house has been abandoned, probably tax forfeited. The city probably shut down on it. Looks like if I get this job, I'm getting a free truck. Yay. So the garage, I'm going to guess that's filled with crap. That's one of the things. Not only you got to be careful when you build a house, put a proposal together for a house demo, is the size of the structure, but then what's in it. That's a huge thing. I can't tell you how many times people just leave all of their crap in it, and guess who has to dispose of it? You do. Now, I don't know what it's like in your area, but in my area, we can't mix garbage with building debris. And let's see if we can sneak into this place. See if there's anything in it. Hope nobody's living in here. And there could be somebody living in here. Look at this. Whoa. I got a TV. Look at free clothes. Yay, me. Ugh. What we got? This is literally what I'm used to seeing going into these house demos. So what do we got in here? Oh, we got a big screen TV. Check that out. A hoist of some sort. Looks like it's a good clothes hanger. I have to clean all this crap out. There's some collectible cars up in the corner. That might be fun for my son. Okay, so what else do we got? Looks like we got a bike. Actually looks like a good bike. Decent door. But do you see what I see? Garbage that has to be cleaned out. This entire house is probably filled to the rim with crap that I can't mix in with the house. So I have to set a crew to come in here to clean this stuff out separately than everything else. So I have to put that in there. Now I'm going to calculate how many hours I think. I'm just going to go through this house, try to figure out how many hours I have, and this is probably going to be one. Okay, work my way upstairs. Here you go. You can kind of see this is a hoarder's house. I'm going to have to put the gloves on to clean this sucker out. Just filled, the whole back room is filled with stuff. I don't even know if I can walk back here safely. Lots of toys. The Goodwill would have a heyday here. We got trucks, and I'm sure this filled with sporting gear. What else do we got back here? I don't even know how I can get back here. Oh, it's just loaded. Loaded with kid stuff. And trust me, this is nothing unusual. This is what we see. So this has to be cleaned up before I can even get an asbestos test done, which I was starting to go through. I have to get a licensed contractor. Have to get a licensed contractor to do that for me, because they've got to. Okay, sorry the video was interrupted. That was actually the phone ringing from the utility contractor that I have to get a quote from to remove the sewer and water on this house. Now, before you can remove any structure, you got to make sure there's nothing still live going into the structure itself. Sewer and water have to be removed by a licensed contractor. Gas and electric have to be removed by the suppliers of those. And we also have to get asbestos testing done. Now, I want you to look at something here. I don't know if you can see it very well, but down on the floor here is all this peeling paint. Don't chew on this stuff, people. It's probably filled with lead and asbestos. And again, this has to be removed by a very... Okay, we're walking in. Obviously, this place has been abandoned. We've got a bed here. What else do we have? We've got dressers, TVs. I mean, it's filled with furniture. It looks like somebody just packed up and walked out. And trust me, you'll find this. Now, you're gonna find these as you're doing your job. You're gonna find you come across places like this. And you're gonna be tempted to go through and you're gonna go, hey, look, there's that awesome bike. Yeah. And then you're gonna grab it for yourself. And you know what? Your house is gonna look like this house by the time you're done. Trust me, it's not anything you wanna do. You've gotta resist the temptation to grab and snatch, and you're gonna try to sell this stuff later. I've been down that road, guys. What happens is you run out of time. You're busy doing excavating jobs, demolition, landscaping, you're making money, and your house fills up with all the crap you've pulled out of other people's homes, and you know what? You have to end up throwing it away anyway. So just get rid of it the first time. In fact, what I have to do is I get so tempted to keep some of this crap that I walk away. When it comes to doing these demos, I just leave, plain and simple. Now, that has nothing to do with bidding. Take a look at what we're getting into down here in this basement. This thing is filled to the rim with clothes, just nasty. The smell down here is just unflippin' believable. And we've got to get guys down here to clean all of this stuff out before we can demo anything. I mean, it just goes around the corner and continues on. It's just filled with stuff everywhere you look. So how do you bid this? That's the question. How do you bid this? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to take an inventory like I'm doing right now. I'm not down in this stinky basement because this is fun. I'm actually trying to calculate how much stuff I've got to handle. One of the things you've also got to take into consideration is how much stuff you don't know about, like paint buckets and basically hazardous materials that have to be taken care of. You're going to have to account for all of that. Now in this case, I'm going to guesstimate that I've got two 30-yard dumpsters of debris. It's either going to be two 30s or two 40s. And yes, I'm guesstimating because how do you really know? I mean, you don't. Experience will tell you that a typical 1,000 square foot to 2,000 square foot house, semi-filled, this isn't really too bad, semi-filled with garbage, will generate about that much debris. And it's going to take you, on average, this goes from experience because you won't figure this out by doing any normal calculations. But it's going to take you probably 4 guys, 2 days to clean this out. 8-hour days, 4 guys, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40 hours, and you charge whatever rate you want. That's going to cover your labor plus the cost of the 2 dumpsters. That's just the clean out, not the tear down of the house. Let's look at it in the garage. Let's see what we've got to deal out with. To get this demo job through the city of West St. Paul, we're going to have to remove this truck, and your guess is as good as mine. I'm going to guess that it's full of shit. Excuse my language. Yep. Front, back, printers, skateboards, clothes. Let's see what's in the garage. No surprise. What do we got? Rakes, a door, more bikes, handicap equipment, chairs, doors, a spreader. There's a tote. Ugh, just garbage. Just more stuff to go in a dumpster. I'm not going to save any of it, that's for sure. So, on top of all that, we've got to break all the other components of this project down. We've got to fill the basement. That's one of the things we've got to take into consideration. When we're done demoing the house, we've got to bring dirt in. So we're going to line item all these things. We're going to cover exactly how we're going to do it. So we've got to bring this up to grade, and then in the request for proposal that the city emailed over, they want this seeded and restored back to vegetation. So that's how we're going to do it. I'm going to look up while I'm thinking out loud, have you guys on camera. Looks like the electrical has been disconnected. We still have a phone line up there and direct TV. Gas has been supposedly disconnected. We've got to cap the sewer and water coming in. I've got a licensed contractor that gave me a quote of $1,500, so we'll add that, tack that on to the proposal. So let's go back to the office and let's break this thing down for you. Okay, back in the office, and we're going to break this bid down as follows so we match up with the RFP, or remember that means request for proposal. The first thing that we're going to have is a number for the general demolition of the house, and that is in this case going to be $9,180. We got that number. It's not a magic mystery number I pulled out of the air. That's 3 40-yard dumpsters. Each dumpster cost me about $450 or so, and 1 or 2 30-yard dumpsters. My total dumpster cost is going to be about $2,000. The other $7,000 goes to me for labor, for messing around, for getting all these things put together. The next thing that we got is, remember, it was a hoarder's house. We got to clean it out. We can't mix that debris with the rest of the construction debris. The number we came up with in that case is $3,950, and that is for 2 30-yard dumpsters of just pure gunk and garbage, plus 40 hours, 40 man hours, and I like to charge between $55 and $65 an hour, and then I threw a little bit extra on top of there because I never know what I'm going to be getting into. Now the next thing on that list is the estimated cost of the permits, and I know this sounds really weird, but it's the City of West St. Paul asking me to put these numbers together, and they're also going to charge me to get their permit. So their permit fee is going to be about $360. So far we have 3 line items broke down. On that request for proposal, they have bait and pest removal. When you're working with a city ordinance, a lot of times when you tear a house down, all the rats run out. Literally, all the rats run out of these old abandoned houses, so you got to go in and you got to kill them all beforehand. A licensed pest removal contractor is going to cost you about $250, $300. In this case, I have $375. I want to put some money in my back pocket. Now, before we can do anything, we have to test for asbestos. We're not removing it, but we're just going in and poking holes throughout the whole house by a licensed contractor who then determines if the house has asbestos or not. He charges us right around $350. I add my fee on and I charge the city $395. Now, they want the hole filled. The city, after we're done removing the house, they want that thing brought back to a lot, a bare bones lot. So we have to bring dirt in, we have to bring black dirt in, then we have to seed it, then we have to mulch it. And mulching it just means I go down and I pick up a bunch of hay bales and spread it over the lot, and I throw a couple handfuls of seed down, and there you go. Literally, it's $50 worth of seed, 1 load of black dirt, and the city's happy. But we still got to come up with a number for that. We got about 200 yards of material in that particular basement, between 200 and 250 yards of material. Either way, the soil importation is going to be, I calculated out at $3,880. Now, seeding and mulching, I've separated out, and I specifically line itemed a few of these things to point out to the city when they look at my proposal that I have it included on here. And in this case, I have seeding and mulching line itemed at $350, just for nothing more than a reason of letting the city know it's there. I've also got to remove that garage, that old car that you saw, and also I've got to remove the driveway, which I didn't really look at when I was there. Taking all those things into consideration, that garage and the driveway and that old car, that's about another $1,900 is what I calculated it out at. Now, here's one important thing that we need to touch base on. That's capping the sewer and water line. I have to hire a licensed plumber to do that. He wants $1,500. I want to add my fee on top of it, and that's $1,760. And then the last thing that we have on there is just other permit fees through other counties, other municipalities, and we're going to guesstimate that at $375. So let's come up with a lump sum total so that you have all these fees put together. So after running all the numbers, putting it all together, that house with cleanup, with removing the driveway, the garage, everything included, capping the sewer and waters, about $22,525. Now, am I going to get this job? I don't know. There's a good possibility I'll get it, but somebody else may come in a little bit less than I do. Hey, it's a bid after all. But at least you and I have been able to go through and itemize and break down how we do these things. I hope this has been helpful to you. Give me some comments down below. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see so I can put numbers together for you on those. Remember, I do these videos for you. I love hearing from you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Go get them.